Alright, so we've made it to the Gasconade River. We've made it to Camp Branch access. We are pushing off. Chris has a few last minute things to do with his kayak. We are all set, ready to go. Here's a look at what we're looking at right off the get-go. So of course we got Chris right there. Getting ready. He's almost ready. Alright, so we got a nice calm water here. Let's find out what kind of river we're on. Like we didn't already know that. So, paddling the Gasconade River, a kayaker's dream and challenge. The Gasconade River, known for being one of the longest and crookedest rivers completely within Missouri, is an adventure waiting to happen. It says headwaters begin at 37 degrees, 11 minutes, 54 seconds north by 92 degrees, 41 minutes, 44 seconds west, where it gathers strength from various tributaries such as Lick Fork, Baker Creek, and Wolf Creek, before officially earning the title of Gasconade River. From there, it is a winding, scenic journey through the Ozarks, offering a mix of tranquil pools, lively riffles, and dense forest. Why kayakers love and fear the Gasconade? For those who enjoy paddling with a side of adventure, the Gasconade is a must-experience river. With the annual discharge of around 3,000 cubic feet per second at Rich Fountain, this river offers everything from peaceful floats to rugged endurance tests. The plateau near Waynesville rises 300 feet above the river, creating stunning bluffs along the route, while the elevation drops from 1,600 feet at the headwaters to just 500 feet at its confluence with the Missouri River, a whopping 12,000 feet or 1,200 feet of drainage basin relief. Nicknamed one of the world's crookedest rivers, the Gasconade doesn't believe in taking a direct route anywhere. If you ever feel like you're paddling in circles, you probably are. My 12-day expedition, well now I guess it's going to be 11 days or who knows. I'm setting out to do a self-sufficient kayaking expedition down this storied river. There will be no resupplies, just me, my gear, and whatever challenges nature decides to throw my way. Like the flood which postponed us a day. The first 4 days will be the toughest, well not with high water, with log jams, not with high water, low water, no we ain't got that problem, and occasional kayak portages. We haven't had that problem yet either, because the river is a little bit high. Sometimes meaningful walks, kayaks, yeah, we don't have to worry about that either. But after the first 100 miles, the river begins to widen, making it the second leg of the trip much more float friendly. A river journey like this isn't about covering miles, it's about embracing the ever-changing nature of water. Flooding over the past years has reshaped the river, smoothing out some sections, cutting new channels, and depositing rich soils along the banks. While it might erase some familiar landmarks, it also creates new ecosystems and paddling opportunities, which both frustrating and fascinating to witness firsthand. Lessons from my first attempt, which was last year. This isn't my first expedition. I attempted in June of 2024, but had to exit after 112 miles due to incoming storms. Mother Nature made it clear she wasn't done shaking up the river just yet. The experience taught me that staying flexible, trusting my instincts, and keeping a keen eye on conditions are just as important as having the right gear. While I had all the right gear and I knew storms were coming, it's a good reminder. You got to be well aware of your surroundings when you're on a trip like this. I'm looking forward to experiencing this rugged beauty of the Ozarks. Good friend Chris and his son Parker. Discovering the hidden caves, sandy beaches, perfect great break for a quick break. It's not just about reaching Missouri at the end. It's about appreciating every twist and turn along the way. And there are many. So, that's the deal. This is what we're set out to do. This is what we're going to do. So, that was JJ Feltroff with the drone. Okay, so we have started. You ready?
Yeah, I'm worried about not having Mark because this doesn't steer as well.
Okay, so you can try it, but make sure you're not dragging it. You ready?
Hold on.
Ah, shit. Too late, Chris. Gotta go. Look for Chris.
Good? Yeah.
Let's try left.
Okay.
Shit, I'm going right. I'm in it too deep. Not good. Not the way to go through this. I'm gonna catch this idiot down here. All right, so what happened here is I couldn't see how this tree was in the river, and with Parker not having quite the experience me and Chris has, he is an experienced paddler, but not the experience that we're, you know, so we couldn't see. All we could see was this mess. So there was a chute going to the left, which they took because I thought that might be the better route. This route actually was okay. I went through it, as you've seen, sideways and almost backwards before I got turned around and straightened out. Chris is underway. He had to do some pumping out of the kayak for a minute there. This was a better way, but it was a little challenging. So I couldn't stop, obviously, to help him out. So I get down here and I go over on this side of the river and I catch an eddy right down over here. And then I had to do a Harry ferry across to get over here. And what a Harry ferry is you're in a strong current and you come across that strong heavy current without going downriver. That's what you call a Harry ferry. Harry ferry. It's a whitewater term. Whitewater boaters do it all the time. Keep in mind, their boats are half the length of the Fitzgerald and our other boats. So they can do it a little bit easier without so much current catching the side of the boat. The other trick is to do the Harry ferry without flipping. Alright, so we're going to get underway here in just a few minutes and continue down our journey. Beautiful river. So we're coming up on Indian Creek. It's down here just a little ways. What do you think, Chris?
I think it's doable, but I'd say right there in the middle.
Yeah, stay close to the island right here.
Yeah.
And go around it.
I was thinking a little bit to the left of that whitewater you see on there.
Right. All right. Check it out.
Like almost right in the middle between those two islands.
I think the river goes. You got your map handy?
Huh?
You got your map handy?
No. It looks like it goes to the left.
Yeah, it does. I didn't want to get too close till I had a good eyes on.
Hopefully you have a good line, just stay to the left a little bit. You get a seat between the island. Okay. Just wait for him to go ahead of you. You want to pull back.
So, this is Indian Creek. There's a creek coming in, probably right down here. That's going to be Indian Creek. All right, Parker, you on me?
Yeah.
All right.
Stay back there enough so you can see what he's doing.
Keep going, don't stop, paddle. You good, Parker?
What?
Are you good?
Yeah.
Where's Chris? Here we go for some fast water. Now we shall follow the wave train out. Hey, they both made it. They're both upright. Alright, so we can't see what the river's going to throw at us. So, took a gravel bar. And we're going to take a look at what the river's going to throw at us before we let the river throw it at us. It looks like junk down here in the river, trees and whatnot, strainers, whatever your word for them is. And we're going to look and see if we're walking, or paddling, or what exactly we're doing. So I think this would be all right. I think we can get through that all right. We hug to the gravel bar, we can get through here all right, I think. But let's see what's down here though. Yeah.
That's down to my knees.
I know, right?
Where's my knees at?
Alright, so here what do you think? Right through there?
Yeah, you think we'll be able to avoid that?
I think so. Famous last words, I think so.
Yeah.
See if we can get a better look at it around here, Chris. This is what makes kayak camping so fun. You gotta find your way on down the river. Because if you do a day trip or whatever, your trip's already planned. And so you know your way down the river. You do this, you don't always know it. You gotta find it. It's always a good deal. Okay, so we decided to run this. We're going to stay close to this gravel bar we were just on. And we're going to fly right through there. At least that's the plan. Catch a low branch right here. It was too easy. Parker made it. Go right, paddle right. Good deal. Whew. What?
I was talking to the camera here. I told him we decided to do that bend and I forgot to take the film of it. I bet Matt's got a copy of it. Very clean in his hat. I started to calm down from that spill I had on the right side.
No, it's on the left side. Just off of it. I mean, we could probably go under that branch on the right.
Oh, that's what, yeah. So the V's to the left of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely looked a lot worse from where we were at.
Yeah, it did. That's why you gotta change angles.
Look at that little neat.
Oh, that's just a little waterfall right there.
Yeah.
We haven't seen the one I want to see yet.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Let's see what we've done so far. .8 miles. Got a max speed of 8.7. Well, it seems like we was going faster than that.
8 miles per hour?
Yeah, 8.7.
Wow. You won't catch us doing that on the MR340.
Yeah, so 3.8 miles. All right, so this is Clark Creek coming in here on the right.
Okay.
Probably look at our thing after a while, or, you know, like this gravel bar right here, we'll know exactly where we are. This is Clark Creek. Scout this out. It's not looking very pretty. Damn it, I forgot my, hang on a second. So, we're going to take a look, see what we have here. Alright. So we can come in here. Over there, don't look too bad. But we can't stay over there because we got this nice strainer here in front of us. There is a chute off to the right, the other side of this gravel bar, but this looks like the better one. Oh, piece of cake. Yeah, this will be easy. Yeah, this ain't too bad. This looks a lot like last year when I had to portage over a sandbar. I couldn't come down either way, so I had to I take my kayak from where it is over here, over there, down right through here to the river. It looked like a lot like that last year. It wasn't this location because it wasn't this soon after I started my trip. So that's tricky. I think that's doable. But we're starting off in awful low water, so I don't know. And we gotta go down here, see what this looks like down here. We got an obstacle or two down here to deal with, I think maybe. So you look over your whole run that you're going to do, kind of get an idea how you're going to start it, get a good look at how you're going to end it, and then you can kind of change as you walk back through it to your boat. And down here we got low water again, coming out. So we got a trouble spot when we start and when we get out of this little chute. We could actually come down and go right through here and make a hard left. So this part's doable. Got a pillow rock right there, a couple of pillow rocks right there. Yeah, I have to miss those. Boy, I don't know. That could mess up your boat in a hurry. I don't know. There's a pillow rocks right there. Water kind of going over. What do we call pillow rocks? So we can make it right down here, but you got this rock, which is out of play really because of the weed right here. You can go between that pillow rock over there and this one right here, which is a V right there. That's what's going to happen once we come down this other side, which we haven't looked at yet. So we'll wait till Chris makes his way down here. We'll talk it over with him. In the meantime, we'll go look at this other one. See what we want to do. If we can actually get a good eyes on it, I don't know. But it don't look too bad from what I'm seeing. But I can't really see it good enough from right here. So let's walk this side a little bit, see what we find. If I can get over there. A lot of debris piled up on the sandbar, gravel bar. I don't know if I can. Definitely don't want to climb over that stuff. They could give you a bad day in a hurry. So, I mean, this part, what I see is okay. But what I can't see is what I'm worried about. Because I hear it. And that's what I hear. Okay, so this side might be alright. You good, Parker? So this side might be the better path. I think this side might be the better way. So we can come out of here, miss those branches right there, come down here. I can't see the other side of that island, so I don't know what's there. Outflow is good on the other side, but what's between here and there, I don't know. If you hang close to this gravel bar right through here, miss all that garbage right there, we're good to go. So we'll get Chris down here, get his eyes on it, and then we'll see which way we decide we want to go. So I'll check back with you later. And we all made it this time. Nice rock croppings right here. Oh boy. Beautiful waterfall. Did you see that beautiful waterfall?
Yeah. See those beautiful cows up there?
Not yet. Can I get back to that waterfall? I don't think so. It is a beautiful waterfall. Checked this out and determined this was the best path. They've already went down. I just gotta follow them. Got a good wave train out of there, so that was good. They were cooking down through here. So this is what we were seeing coming down river. So we decided to do this tricky exit right here. Go down and take a better look at the river. See which path we want to go. We've been fortunate so far and haven't had any issues with running into blind spots or things of that nature. Chris had a fair bit of trouble when we first started, but nothing, no big deal. So we're looking at all these little places that could give us trouble from the gravel bar before we run it with the kayak. When you got the opportunity to scout, always scout. No sense going in a blind bend in the river when you got a chance to scout it out. So far, got a couple trees to shoot between right there. It's no big deal. Coming down through here. No big deal there. We can miss those trees, go right between them. And down through here. Miss all this. Have a log or something down here. Yeah, we might want to walk down a little further and take a look. But so far, it's no big deal. We can either swing out and miss all these little trees together, or come to the right side of them and be alright there. Let's walk on down here. You get what I'm saying? What I'm seeing, Parker? A nice path to come through, whichever. Come between the two little trees, or you can go. So you got options right there. But down here, though, couldn't get a good look really what was down here. There's something, so I don't think it's an issue. But ain't no sense just looking at half of it. Might as well look at the whole thing. These big rocks, boy, I tell you, they're hard to walk on, especially with just water shoes. But hey, the good news is you got water shoes on, so you're not barefoot. That would really be, yeah, if you were barefoot. Anyway, so down here, got that stick right there. The stick, Parker, just stay to the left side of it. And what's past that though? That's the question. We still can't see all the way down the river. Might get a little deep crossing right here maybe, huh? I sure would like to go over there and look at that though. Shit. Whoa! This is deep. Oh, 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 oh. Cold too. So stay to the left side of this. That don't look like a big deal. think we can see what we need to see from right here, I think. Oh, we got rough water down here. So let's see what's down here. Okay, the current's going right into that strainer down there. Okay. So it's a little bit tricky right through here. Down there, we can't get around this bend right here. Hard to see, but you'll have to stay to the right out of the fast water, so we clear those strainers right there, and then I don't know what. So I think that's the plan. Alright, so it's Matt and Chris, and we've had some misfortune. I flipped on a strainer, didn't go in it or nothing, just alongside of it, and I lost my paddle. Parker did the same maneuver. Parker lost his paddle. It got hung up on a brush pile just downriver, as did mine. But by the time I was able to get a rope out and everything for a safe paddle recovery, mine had broke loose from where it was lodged and went downriver, and we have not found it. So I was using my spare paddle there. That does expand out to like a 3-foot paddle. We were going to limp down to our campsite at Wilbur Allen, or maybe somewhere closer, and make contact and get a paddle. So in the meantime, Chris lost his paddle. He had a paddle leash on it, except it came loose from the paddle leash.
After it wrapped around my leg, so I went back under because it wrapped around my leg. But thankfully it let loose.
So we are down to one kayaker and one paddle, 2 kayakers with no paddle. So chuck one up for the river. So we have no choice but to camp here for the evening. Well, we got camp set a little closer to the water than I like. However, we did put a stick in the river on the water's edge, and the water does appear to be dropping a little. As long as we get no more rain, we'll be fine. So, plan is, if water starts coming up, which is why we stuck the stick in the sand. We'll be watching that. Water starts coming up. We will throw our gear up on top of that bank right here behind us, and we will tie off the kayaks up there to that tree, or somehow tie the kayaks off. But we can't lift them that high unless we totally unload them and all that. So that's the plan. I've reached out to my ground crew, and I guess he is coming up with a plan to get us paddles, because we can't paddle anywhere without paddles. So I did get moisture on my lens, but apparently the video is coming through okay. Over the course of the trip, we still plan to continue our trip as long as we get paddles. Not sure how they're going to get paddles to us, but I'm sure they're working a plan for that. So with that said, we will check in with more videos and what happens next. Alright, so after the fiasco yesterday, we were able to get a hold of the ground crew on the tracker with messages, and as you'll notice, I have a kayak paddle now. They brought it to us this morning. Chris had lost his paddle as well yesterday, which is what forced us to camp where we did, and so he also obviously has a paddle. So let's talk a minute about paddle leashes. Chris had one on his paddle. You all may not know, but I'm a disbeliever in paddle leashes. But after yesterday, I thought, well, maybe I need to rethink things. So since Chris had one, lost his paddle anyway, I thought I'd ask him if he wanted to do some makeshift paddle leashes for the rest of the trip. He said no. Reason being, he had a leash. It was, luckily for him, it was a breakaway leash, because he had issues when he went to beach the kayak and got tangled up in it. But because it was a breakaway leash, he was good. Of course, he still lost his paddle. Parker did leave us. He injured his shoulder yesterday when he dumped. He hit it on a log, and so he chose, since a ride was coming anyway with paddles, he chose to get off the river for his shoulder. So at least we have a spare paddle, because we did not let him take his kayak paddle. So, a little change of plan. We have decided to meet Jeremy at Route E Bridge, which is just a couple miles down the river, 2 or 3 miles down the river. When he got close to our location, he was able to find a logger that was more than happy to assist him. And once Jeremy described where we were, the logger says, "I know right where they're at." And they walked right up to us. But Jeremy got us close, or got himself close to where we were, so the logger was able to. And so the logger helped Jeremy get Parker out, because they had to hike a little bit. But so now the plan is, we're going to meet Jeremy at Route E, and he's going to take us down. We're going to do a portage, basically, down to Chutes Access, which is where I took out last year because of storms. And we're going to put in there in the morning. Nice rocks right here, but I'm not going to try to turn around and look at them. You just got to take my word. This is a pretty scenery river, but boy, it is highly technical. Not sure how well you can see the waterfall right there, but it is pretty. And that's the waterfall I've been wanting to see. Alright, that's the waterfall I've been wanting to see. Alright, so Jeremy was able to track me down from my tracker location to the farmer's house and find the farmer's land that was adjoining the river. He tried to contact the landowner and without no success. So he went ahead and drove on the path, and he finally made his way to a logger that was logging the property. Spoke with him, explained the situation, and explained and showed the logger on the map with my tracker, or by my tracker, where we were, and the logger, Justin, says, "Oh, I know right where they are," because he was from the area and knew the area very well. So they walked right to us. We got our paddles. They were able to get Parker out with Parker's minor injury. And we headed down to Route E Bridge for takeout. We were going to Portage to shoot access near Waynesville and start our journey over from there, thinking the river would be better. The river there was not better. It was still wild and a little bit higher than I wanted to see. So we talked it over and decided to be on the safe side and just get out while the river was warning us to stay off the river. We thought we could tame that river, but no, we did not. So Jeremy had to hike a half a mile from the vehicles to get to us and give us our paddles, and then take Parker out the same way. So we all ended up safely. So be mindful of your surroundings and what the river is doing, and know when to say enough's enough, which when we got to Chutes Access, we decided, okay, the river is telling enough's enough, and so we ended our trip there. But at least we're around to do the next trip.